Okay, now let's take a look at this question. So this question is about anaerobic respiration. It's about anaerobic respiration. So they're asking the final electron acceptor in anaerobic respiration leading to the formation of ethyl alcohol is, okay, they have given 5 answers. So alright, so this question is about cellular respiration. So cellular respiration is a process that takes place inside the cell where the energy is released by the breakdown of glucose molecules. The breakdown of glucose molecules. The process can be conveniently divided into two categories. Okay, so based on the usage of oxygen. Okay, so namely aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So in this question they are talking about anaerobic respiration. Okay, so for that, first we have to understand the cellular respiration as a whole, and we have to understand the aerobic and anaerobic. Okay, so in anaerobic respiration we go deep and we study everything. Okay, so with that we can answer this question. Okay, so I'll explain the introduction for the cellular respiration, and I'll give you the introduction about the aerobic respiration. Okay, so we don't go deep into this aerobic respiration. I only give you the introduction of it. So when we encounter question about aerobic respiration, then we go deep and we study about it. For the time being, this question is about anaerobic respiration. So we completely study about anaerobic respiration. So in order to make you understand, I will give you information and introductions on the cellular respiration and aerobic respiration. So as I stated already, cellular respiration can be of two types. Okay, the one is aerobic, the other one is anaerobic. So aerobic means with air. Okay, so therefore aerobic respiration is the process of cellular respiration that uses oxygen to produce energy from food or any organic substance. Okay, so you have to note that point. Okay, aerobic respiration need oxygen. Okay, so you have to understand that aerobic respiration needs oxygen. So this type of respiration is common in most of the plants and animals. Okay, including us. So on the other hand, we have anaerobic respiration. So anaerobic means without air. Okay, so therefore this type of cellular respiration doesn't use oxygen to produce energy. Okay, so this type of respiration doesn't need oxygen. Okay, so sometimes there is not enough oxygen around for some organism to respire. Okay, so but they still need to so they need to produce the energy in order to live. Okay, in order to survive. So due to lack of oxygen, they carry out respiration in the absence of oxygen. So this is actually quite ancient way of respiration. This is quite ancient. So the history of evolution. So this one, the anaerobic respiration, was the ones originated first. Okay, after that only the aerobic respiration originated. So this is quite ancient one. So due to the lack of oxygen, they carry out respiration in the absence of oxygen to produce energy they require. So which is referred to as anaerobic respiration. So aerobic respiration, as the name suggests, is the process of producing energy required by the cells using oxygen. So the byproduct of this process produces carbon dioxide along with ATP. That's what we exhale. Okay. On the other hand, anaerobic respiration is similar to aerobic respiration, except the process happens without the presence of oxygen. Okay, under this anaerobic respiration there are two pathways. Okay, the one pathway which happens in the animal cells, and the other pathway that happens in the fungi and plants. So there are two pathways, as I mentioned. So the first one is the lactic acid fermentation, and the second one is called ethyl alcohol fermentation. So the question is about ethanol fermentation. Okay, let's talk about the ethyl alcohol fermentation. So the first step of this fermentation is glycolysis. So one molecule of glucose is converted to two molecules of pyruvate. Okay, one molecule of glucose is converted to two molecules of pyruvate, giving two molecules of ATP and two molecules of NADH. Okay, then this pyruvate involved in two steps. In the first step, pyruvate is converted into acetaldehyde, releasing molecule of CO2. In the second step, acetaldehyde is reduced to ethanol using NADH, that is produced in glycolysis. So therefore, final hydrogen acceptor in ethyl alcohol fermentation is acetaldehyde. Okay, so the answer for the question is the fifth one, acetaldehyde.